Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be tidying up our little series on making these light utility vehicles with our final one. Unfortunately, due to a catastrophic OBS failure, I lost the first half of the video where I actually went through and built the vehicle itself. So what I thought I would do is I'd take the second half that did work and then play it with the first half so you can kind of see the half here. So what I ended up doing is I ended up grabbing myself kind of a modern SUV look. I think I've driven one of these before. A couple different choices down here, obviously. Engine-wise, I decided to get a little silly, and I went with a 16-cylinder because, it's our final engine. We got to make it like kind of count, and power does matter, sort of a thing. And we ended up with 723 horsepower, which that's enough. That's enough. That should get us going. When it came to everything else, we opted for a 5-door trim, so we had these silly little aerodynamic handles on the side there. Pretty typical kind of stuff. Drivetrain, we got really silly here. We went with all-wheel drive, dual clutch, 9-speed. Because modern. We also went with an electric LSD. These are all scandalous choices after everything we've learned from this process. But again, we were here to determine, does the technology matter? Does the driver technology? There's a lot of questions worth to be asked there. And as you will see in the second half, it answers itself pretty well. Wheels, of course, went with utilities, kept it the same. We got some really, really high quality brakes here, because why not? We got ourselves off the road, same thing. We also brought in a heads-up display. My current car has a heads-up display. I think they're great. Some people think they're the worst thing ever. I don't know. It's kind of handy. And then you got obviously tune it to make it make sense. Driver aids, obviously stability control, electric variable steering, standard 10s. Suspension, we actually went with an active suspension this time, and I'm hoping that's going to make a difference because this thing looks hilariously ridiculous as it is right now. So hopefully that'll help out. In testing, we got 1 minute and 23 seconds for the total time around the track. So now that you've seen kind of everything that sort of led up to this, let's go head over to BeamNG and see how it actually behaved. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series on building light utility vehicles of the decades. So we've had an interesting conundrum here. It's 2016, our final little exercise here. And I set SUV mode, and there's really not a lot of SUV-looking vehicles. Everything's kind of got kind of this sort of a mixed look. And unfortunately for us, I've got these kind of big box. Look at this, 3.8 meters. Holy smokes, you try parking that thing. And obviously we had the vehicle we used last time and everything like that. So I think we're going to get stuck with one of these. It's kind of big. It's definitely not what I want. And what I'm most curious about. I mean, this says it's an SUV. It's got a pretty good wheelbase. I guess so we're going to stick with that kind of a thing. So, well, let's get started. That looks nothing like anything we've made so far. I mean, it says it's an SUV, and it's got the butt a little bit. But, yeah, let's do it to it. So, of course, we're in the 2016s. We're making a notable here. This is going to be a GP16. It's going to be our most recent model, kind of a thing like that. And we've learned a lot throughout the series as far as trying to make the optimum platform. We found the best horsepower to use. We have a good idea of what kind of settings to use. And now this is going to be the time to see whether or not technology can beat a lot of what we did in our not '06 version. So let's do it. So first things first, we have a little bit of options here. We can do a partial aluminum. We can also do regular aluminum kind of a thing. Aluminum has incredible corrosion resistance, and it's going to make us a little bit lighter, but that's okay. We're going to stick with our monocoque here. It's just a little easier. And of course, I'm very tempted. I like the corrosion resistance, again, for safety there. But unfortunately, these guys just don't have the most. So we're going to go with corrosion resistant. Obviously, there's only one correct answer here, and it's going to be that one. Now, here's where things are going to get more complicated. We want to make a vehicle that's a good utility vehicle. We don't necessarily want to make something that's a sports car. That could be for a very different series. So this is a difficult decision. I really like the fact that, like when you do a coil, for example, you can see our off-road is fantastic. Our load capacity is epic when we're doing a Leaf. But you can see these are much more drivable. There's a certain stiffness there. So I'm going to go with Leaf in the back, and I'm going to go with a Leaf in the front, which is kind of a mix between the two. You can see how much it jacks us up here. That's okay, but it's going to be fine for us. Engine time. So there's only one engine I could possibly imagine that's going to be appropriate for our final version here. And we'll get to it right away. We need something that's wind related. I'm going to call it Space Wind. Solar Breeze. Yeah, let's call it the Solar Breeze. That sounds about right for me. So let's go ahead and get ourselves an engine here. There we are. That ought to do it. And of course, you'll notice immediately I get all these angry red alarms that basically says, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, yeah, I can. Watch me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of all these modern technologies real quickly here. So this is a 1.3 liter, 16-cylinder engine. Obviously, that makes no sense. That's pretty absurd here. But it just demonstrates how absurd you can get. So the house size is 100 millimeters. Now, if I do that, you get something that looks a little bit like that. And this is a 6.2 liter engine that has a 70 millimeter stroke. Now, in the past, what I had actually done, if I pop this up, by the way, you can see I can completely fit this. So if I wanted to, I could actually come in here, and remember our house stroke is about 80 centimeters. So if I come in here and do 80, I can almost not fit it. So we are going to have to actually shrink it, which it makes me feel sad, but sacrifices have to be made in order for progress to be made. So now we have the biggest engine we've ever constructed in the history. This might actually put this car into a legend instead of a notable, but let's roll with it. Let's go ahead and optimize everything to be good. We'll stick with, again, we can do lightweight titanium. I don't think that's necessary. We'll do lightweight forged. We'll put a harmonic dampener on it, as if this thing's not going to be the smoothest thing we've ever constructed. Seriously. All right, compression ratio. Obviously, we're going to be pretty high in the compression. Cam profile, that looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty good. Take advantage of all of these level technologies. Obviously, we can go back and tweak that a little bit. We'll have to fix this later, but we'll fix that then. I'm going to go ahead and bring that one down there. Oh, man, are you kidding me? We are going to be, this thing's going to purr. Turbochargers are out, sorry. Let's head over to the next page here. Obviously, we're going to take advantage of all nice modern technology here. It looks pretty good to me. We will leave it at regular, because why not? Look at the size of this thing. This is ridiculous. I can't wait to use it. Let's see here. We're going to go do tubular. We're going to do dual. We're going to put bypass valves on it. Pretty useless, but why not? And then we get our version 1. So version 1 is 660 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute, comrades. And I'm going to take a look at my stress page here and see how much room I have to work. It looks to me like I have about 600 RPM to play with, which is, I can work with 600 RPM. That's easy. So let's bring it up to 7,600 RPM. The crank's starting to fail at 7,300. So let's back it back down to 7,300. And look at that. Now, let's see here. Our low torque, by the way, is 418 pounds. That should be enough. That should be enough. Let's see. Coming over on this side, that's a 650. I feel like I don't have to modify this. Like, this is enough. But this is for science, so y'all can deal. So let's go ahead and continue here. I just want to hear what this thing sounds like, to be honest. Let's see. Intake manifold. That looks pretty good. We actually need to make this intake manifold bigger because this engine's just so huge. Boop. 99.84% looks good to me. Fuel mapping, I can't really change that. There's no reason to change it. Let's go ahead and adjust my headers. Incredible, my headers were not big enough. This thing's going to sound sweet. Exhaust size. We actually need bigger exhaust. Again, the engine's so gigantic, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. And we'll go ahead and crank that a little bit there. We're getting a blue light here just to warn me that I need more compression. I'm working on it. Give me a minute. Come on, man. I've got 723 horsepower. What could you possibly more need from me here? So that's 723. I'm going to get a blue warning. There we go. So that's a... Yeah, that should be enough. That's 723 horsepower, 16-cylinder engine. It's way too much for this exercise, but I don't care because I think it's kind of fun anyway. So let's go ahead and give it a listen and see what it's like. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. I also love how the torque is like half the power. Typical. Okay, so obviously we're going to ruin this. We're going to make this a 5-door light utility tank thing device. Actually, heading over here real quickly. Oh my God, it's a minivan. Look at that. Kind of tempted to do that one, but I'm going to stick with this theme here. I feel like I've driven one of these before. Let's go ahead to the next page here. Oh, we've got all sorts of different colors. Modern times call for modern colors. So let's see here. We'll go with Barbie here. Oh, yes. Look at that. Fortunately, I'm going to make it just a little redder. Can I make it a little darker? There it is. Look at that. I like the flake and everything. I'm going to keep it just the way it is. It's called Mamushi. Like it. By the way, before we do this, of course, we're going to try to aim. We should take advantage of everything we've learned here, but we're going to be stupid, and we're not going to. That ought to not make it very functional. Cool. Let's go back and fix my little paint. I noticed that the roof there is not the same correct color. Have some Mamushi, my friend. The Mamushi. That sounds pretty good. Okay, this front looks nothing like anything we've worked with before, which is kind of a shame because I'm going to kind of treat it that way anyway because I'm a bad person. I'll go ahead and stick that on there. No. I need my aerodynamics. I know it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference, but like, you know how it is. All right, let's put that on there and see how that looks. Okie doke. That's doesn't solve the problem with my aerodynamics I was complaining about, but it looks cool. I like it. I mean, this looks nothing like anything we've made so far. So, like I said, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna see how things come out. Indicators, I will make it nice and ugly. Put that right there on the cheek. It's like a little mole on the side there. I kind of like that. All right, I'll go to the tail lights. Okay, we've been using these boxy things this entire time, so we're going to stick with that theme, but I'm hoping that I can get something a little bit more stylish. There we go. Let's go put that in the back. This, oh my gosh, what have I done? I have ruined everything I've set out to do. More. All right, that looks pretty good. I guess I don't know how it's actually going to signal. This looks so weird. All right, now let's get a grill on it. Obviously, we're going to what is old is new, what is new is old, kind of a thing like that. So let's get our original grill, hoping it somewhat keeps the look of the earlier version. That's a whole hot no there. But I tried. Of course, if I wanted to, I can come down here and stick something like that and really make it like funky looking. I'm not going to. It already looks. What even is that? Looks like an alien space Martian from like a 1950s movie. I got to work with what you got, kind of a thing. Of course, modern times, and we're gonna have to get ourselves some modern cooling solutions. I'll put something like this. Oh my gosh, why is that so big? You know what? Never mind. We're not gonna do that. Scoop. We don't need a scoop. We will put a sunroof on because sunroof. That looks pretty good. This thing's nice. I'll make it nice and big. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good. Aerodynamics not going to change. Not going to change. Not going to change. Fuel cap. I feel like I have to put the fuel cap on the other side just to like distinguish it from like all the other silly versions of this thing I've made so far. But hey, we're gonna make it work. Of course, we have modern times, which also means we have these things. For those of you who drive cars that have these, you'll understand why I call them these things. You'll know it the first time you go to use them. And let's be really obnoxious and do one of these. Oh yeah. Actually, no, because then the kid can't grab the handle here. Let's actually lower this a little bit. Ugh, that is so wrong. So I should really put them on the other side. All right, let's come swing around on this side. That looks pretty good. I wanted something with a little bit of style. That ain't it, but what happened to my car designs? All right, let's get the little shark fin here. Get one of these little things. Oh man, what have I done? I've made a car which has too much horsepower, and now it looks like something that's actually supposed to be nice. Oh, I failed in every way here. All right, we're back in California again because I can't. I'm sorry, Michigan cannot take credit for this particular vehicle, but that's okay. Let's see here, California, sweet. And that's not right. That is not right at all. There's a couple more things we got to put on here. I'm kind of happy with the bumper the way it is. If I was a nicer person, I would stick something like this on here to give it a little bit more kind of pickup truckability here, but not required. Why is it doing that? It should like. Nope, it's not going to get one because I said so. All right, let's go get ourselves the letter N here because, again, this is a notable, even though no notable car has ever had that much horsepower inside of it. So that happened. Let's grab on our wheels here, do some classic. Oh, yeah, this definitely does not look like something that I've worked on so far. Dual tip, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm also going to mirror it to both sides because we are that kind of car this time. So we definitely need to get rid of all that extra exhaust we created. Miscellaneous fixtures, there's only one that we actually need, and it's going to be this one. Oh, this is such a bad idea. I should never have done this. I should have stuck with my gut and done like a nice little 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that was nice and fuel efficient. But instead, we got this thing, and if you open up the bonnet real quick, look at that. Now that's what I call a sleeper. Okay, transmission. We're just going to take advantage of all modern technology here. We have a top speed of 223. We're not going to go that fast. I'm going to put a limiter on it to 155 because I've learned. And I'm running out of space. Does not surprise me. That's okay, though. Let's grab some radial, utility. Oh, my God. I'm ruining this car. I hope you're okay with this. Yeah, we're going to need some pretty big tires for this. This thing's going to be pretty fast. So that's pretty good. We'll go with alloy. Why not? We'll go ahead and head to the next one. Let's see here. We'll get some carbon ceramics. It's so nice. We're going to need big brakes. So I'm actually going to do 300s here. Carbon ceramic in the back. That makes no sense. I'll go to 300 millimeter brakes. Man, we go through a lot of those. Looks good to me. We're still off-road, believe it or not. If you actually hold your mouse over here, you'll see that nothing else comes close to the quality of that. And we'll go ahead and open up the brakes too, so keep cool. Convertible type, not. Gotta make it premium. Not gonna lie. And I'm gonna put a heads-up display on it. The car I have now has a heads-up display. They're awesome. We'll go ahead and now put some stability control on this because science. We'll put 19 standard 2010s here. Come over here. We're going to use active comfort. Let's see. We need something that's going to be nice. And we're going to switch it to utility. And let's go ahead and fix all the things we have to fix every time here. Imagine the dampers are actually probably pretty good. Okay. Brake force, damper, damper. Okay. That's easy. Let's go set that. Nope. Let's set that. Nope. Let's come down to the front and the back. How do we do here? Brake force, wide. Okay. Let's fix all those. So our wheels are too big again. Nothing new there. Nope, still too big. How about now? There we go. 215s are the magical numbers here. And brakes. Nope. Let's continue working on the problem here. We will do 6 caliper brakes. 6 caliper brakes. This thing is heavy. Let's increase the force before we increase the size. And I think we found what we needed, actually. I think we were fine about 130 or so. Let's see. What? Perfect. And incredibly, our back brakes are bad, but not terrible. Go ahead and do one of those things. Again, I feel like I've made a sports car. I've not made a utility vehicle. But hey, this is just a test. We're trying to see if brute force can solve the problem with all these modern conveniences. I'm not going to change any of these things. Notice I've got, I win as far as that stuff goes. That looks good. That looks good. I'm not going to change that. So to the test track. This is going to be fast. I expect this to probably be about 120. Gosh, what have I done? I'm actually disappointed. I thought it was going to be less than 120. That's still like Ferrari speed, so I'm happy about that. Look at the weight. We're up to 4427 now. So we are, wow, this thing got heavy, which does not surprise me. Hopefully that improves our stability a little bit later on. So now I'm looking at these stats. We made something heavy. We made something goofy. I hate the suspension. It's so offensive. Look at the top end on this thing, a 64 valve. Oh my gosh, this thing's expensive. Alrighty then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go bring it over to BeamNG and crash a lot. All right, here we go again. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing set up here. We're going to go put on L mode, start backing ourselves up. I have a bad feeling about this. This is going to go terrible. All right, remember, we don't have any of those fancy things we're supposed to have to make this a nice, safe process. So, the seating is terrible. Oh, no, I guess we're going to have to drive it. This is just a disaster waiting to happen. Let's do it. So, first things first. Whoa. Oh, my gosh. That is like... That's incredible. That is amazing. By the way, we have 600 kilos on the back, in case you missed it before. I don't think I've got off-road mode on here anymore. I have a sport mode. I don't feel incredibly safe about that, but we're gonna make it do. Let's go. So first things first, even though we are a 16-cylinder, 730 horsepower engine here, it doesn't feel like it. Like, the torque is there. Look at the trailer. It's just too much. Like, it's like, just the extra weight that engine has added and knocking a lot of the balance out has kind of killed it. But let's see what we can do here on our little straightaway. It's too much. Like, I think I might have overdone it. But you can also see the trailer has got their hooks on me, literally, as the kind of guy. I'm sort of cheating, though, because I'm in third person now, as I can kind of, like, see what the trailer's doing, so I can, like, anticipate. Oh, geez, there we go. I can, like, anticipate it. This is new. Also, I get to see how terrifying that trailer looks like when I'm ripping around these corners at high speed. It's making me more a conservative driver. Oh, well, that kind of thing happens. So speed-wise, we're actually not going that much faster. Yeah, we got to 70, and normally we've been at like 50 this entire series. But it's too fast. Like, if you look at the back end, it's just look at it go. Here we go. Oh, boing, clink. There we go. So, I'm at a loss for words here. All right, my initial comments. First of all, the suspension is exactly the same as we've seen. Nothing unusual there. It's got a pretty good amount of play, but the vehicle itself, it's got a lot of power. It's no doubt of that in the slightest. I actually felt like it would be more pickup, if that makes any sense, but I'm not getting that at all. Instead, I'm getting, it's kind of like the Porsche 9FF kind of a problem. Bomb with wheels attached kind of a thing. Whereas it's just so much that when you hit the power, you're already overdone it. And then the trailer, I wonder what that trailer was like this entire time. It's just too much. I don't know. I think this works, but it's not necessarily a good thing. And I have my doubts if I'm going to get up the hill. The reason I feel like I'm not going to succeed getting up that hill is on account of the fact that Like, I'm clearly the trailer's got me here. Whoa! Oh, that was a hit. There we go. Going here. How many times have I crashed so far? I like the little red bar across the back that's there. So our journey has brought us here, and now what we will do, of course, is we'll put together a quick little video that'll sort of summarize all my findings here. And, whoa! Careful, careful. Why are you over here? You're supposed to be behind me. That tow hitch would have been bent right off the frame of this thing by now. And, of course, we have that giant mountain over there. No, 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 no! Whoa! Looks like we're going down prematurely here. Whee! Hey, this is where I want to be anyway. I love the fact I have so much power in this thing. I can just drag this like it wasn't even. You see how much of a hop I just did with this thing? Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, boing. Let's give it a second. And now we're in good shape. So I hate this vehicle. I like this vehicle. It's not. It's clearly not a utility vehicle. It's a bomb. It's basically a bomb I accidentally created here. All right, let's set it to sport and see if we can get up the hill here. I gotta line my camera up so I can see. Man, I hate that person. Nobody drives a car like this in the real world. Yeah, 730 horsepower will do that for you. Also, it was actually a very stable climb. I think that was absolutely the best climb that we've had so far. So, I don't know how to think about this. So, obviously, modern technology has enabled us to do some incredible things. Like, I bet you I could put, like, a tractor trailer on the back of this and probably whip it around and have some fun with it kind of a thing. Oh, my gosh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, ouch. And we probably could get away with something like that, you know, and there'll probably be something I will do in the includer video here if I can handle an articulated trailer, which, for those of you who don't know me, it is not my strong suit. Are we going to reattach so I can drive off a cliff or what? What seems to be there it goes. Apparently just had to be patient. Okay, so now we're all nice and connected, and we're going to do the durability test, which somehow I don't think this particular vehicle will pass. We'll give it a try. Oh! All right, that looks pretty good right there. Whoa! Oh! Ah! Ooh! Whee! Ah! My airbags didn't deploy. Ah! Hey guys, I know a shortcut. It still drives! Look at the front end. It is annihilated. I don't think this thing would still operate in the real world. Honestly, if that stupid crate gets out of my way, I might be able to just go. Oh, come on. Let's release the trailer here. We are still operable. Like, I can still go. Like, so even though old technology, look at this. Defeated by the random rock. All right, so the next video, we'll discuss our conclusions here, and I think I'm fine. My window's not shattered or anything like that. So obviously this thing worked. Enjoy.